So I just keep going through. But then I'll tell you something too, haters motivate me. Because when they talking about me, that means I'm doing something.
That's how hateful you guys are. How you step on anybody to stay on it.
A storm is brewing in the world of celebrity gossip, and this one has it all. Glitz, secrecy, and jaw-dropping rumors straight out of Hollywood's most shadowy corners. Imagine a tape worth 100 million currency units that was purportedly exchanged hands between Steve Harvey's wife, Marjorie Harvey, and the troubled music manager, Diddy Communications. However, the story doesn't end there. It's the intricate web of motivations, connections, and whispered deals behind closed doors that make this tale one of the most scandalous in recent memory.
I know so much on how you got where you are, how you stepped on many people.
It all began with Daniel Baldwin's shocking claims during a podcast appearance where he revealed details about Diddy's famous gatherings. According to Baldwin, these events had a darker, more exclusive side, and once the main crowd had subsided, he described a scene straight out of a suspense thriller, with attendees unaware that hidden cameras were recording the event. The footage was allegedly being used as leverage. Baldwin conjectured that a fierce battle was in progress, with some of the biggest names in the entertainment industry frantically trying to keep damaging evidence out of the public eye. In the midst of all this chaos, the Harvey.
Look at Diddy, for instance. Mm-hmm. Let's take a look at him. Mm-hmm. Let's take a look at, he has videos. He has videos of the parties. Now, what I've heard, which I don't know how much of it is in mainstream media, I don't really follow the story that much, but what I've heard from friends that are attorneys, friends of mine that have represented me before, agents and so on, is there's a bidding.
Let's take a moment to examine Diddy's famed gatherings. His parties, particularly the legendary white parties, were once the pinnacle of extravagance in the entertainment world. These events, with their strict all-white dress code, were celebrated as showcases of unity, elegance, and cultural excellence. They attracted A-list celebrities from every corner of the industry. Guests like Beyoncé, Jay-Z, Mariah Carey, and Leonardo DiCaprio mingled in sprawling mansions, sipping champagne while fireworks illuminated the night sky. At first glance, these parties seemed like the perfect blend of high fashion and hip-hop royalty. But as lawsuits and allegations continue to surface, a much darker narrative is emerging. Former attendees and employees have come forward with shocking claims, alleging that these events were far more than just glamorous celebrations. Accusations of coercion, misconduct, and exploitation have cast a shadow over the glittering facade. Adding fuel to the controversy, actor Daniel Baldwin recently made chilling revelations. He alleged that these gatherings were not merely about socializing but served a far more sinister purpose: control. Baldwin claimed that hidden cameras were strategically placed throughout Diddy's properties, secretly recording moments that many would have preferred to keep private. Whether these recordings were made with or without consent remains uncertain. Yet, the mere suggestion of such a setup has sent shockwaves through the industry, turning what were once seen as iconic events into the subject of intense scrutiny and speculation.
I'll tell you, I don't know how much, I don't like to say things that I know unless I see it. That there's a little difference, you know. But was it discussed? Was there descriptions from people I know that were at those? Yes, but here's another thing. So how many of these big entertainment parties and over the years and everything with successful as you are, have you been around? Does anyone ever come up to you at a certain hour and say, okay, it's time to go? At those parties,
Let's now connect the connections to Steve Harvey and his wife, Margie. According to speculations, Steve, who is well known for his motivational speeches and larger-than-life demeanor, may have entered this murky story in an attempt to salvage his family's reputation. Industry rumors include a recording that purports to show Marjorie in compromising conditions at one of Diddy's gatherings, where Steve is said to have been present. The prospect of such a transaction, in which 100 million units of cash are exchanged to obtain the footage, has sparked a media frenzy. Could there be more to this story than meets the eye? Or was this a move to protect Marjorie and their well-maintained public image?
It's like haters. When you get haters, you know, people's opinion of you is none of your business. I have lots of...
Diddy now finds himself at the center of a legal and reputational storm. Accusations of misconduct continue to pile up, with lawsuits mounting by the day. Some allege that he exploited his influence and resources to orchestrate situations that left individuals vulnerable, luring them with promises of career advancement. Others claim his infamous after-hours gatherings were far from innocent, with attendees allegedly subjected to unsettling scenarios they never agreed to. Adding to the turmoil are Daniel Baldwin's recent claims of a bidding war over tapes reportedly recorded at these events. Speculation that Diddy might be using these recordings as leverage, or even as a desperate attempt to fund his legal battles, introduces a chilling new twist to an already complex and scandalous saga.
If that's part of the indictment, that's somewhat like a blackmail. He was blackmailing people to be in the freak-offs. So that's federal. That could be that's a federal charge. He can't blackmail people to say, yo, listen here, you did it once and you're gonna do it again. That ain't gonna make it with the government or nobody.
The chronology of events becomes even more hazy as we go deeper. Initially praised as innovative social gatherings that bridge the divide between hip-hop culture and high society, Diddy's renowned white parties, which started in the late 1990s, were described as celebrations of unity where people from all walks of life could come together on equal footing. However, behind-the-scenes allegations of misconduct have started to paint a far less positive picture, with lawsuits characterizing these events as anything but inclusive and accusations of manipulation and control casting a long shadow over their legacy.
Not sure. I don't buy for a minute that he's going to prison without getting out of here somewhere and stashing $2 billion or whatever. I think he has that kind of power, meaning Sean himself. But remember, it goes a lot deeper than.
According to his lawsuit, a man who went to Diddy's first white party in 1998 with aspirations of entering the music business claims that what began as a chance meeting with Diddy swiftly turned into a nightmare. He claims that Diddy approached him, complimented him on his appearance, and then led him into a private area where they discussed career opportunities. The lawsuit claims that what transpired next was a breach of boundaries and trust that left the man over the years. Additional attendees of these meetings have broken similar stories, claiming anything from mild compulsion to flagrant exploitation.
Responsibility for what he did as an individual. Sean is the one who pulled that gun out. Sean is the one who shot. So he has to take responsibility for that. He put that gun back in his...
Marjorie has been portrayed as the epitome of elegance and sophistication, but her past has been under scrutiny with rumors of connections to controversial figures long before she met Steve. Could her past have made her a target for those looking to exploit vulnerabilities? Or is this just another layer of sensationalism in a story already bursting at the seams with intrigue? Marjorie's alleged involvement adds a deeply personal twist to this already complex tale.
First say that. You shouldn't feel guilty for anything.
Then there's Steve himself. The thought of the charismatic television host and comedian who has built an empire on hard work, faith, and family values. Being entangled in such a scandal seems almost unthinkable. Yet the rumors persist. Some speculate that Steve's alleged decision to purchase the tape wasn't solely about protecting Marjorie, but also about safeguarding his own reputation. In the entertainment world, where public perception is everything, this could have been a calculated move to prevent a fallout that might jeopardize everything he's worked so hard to build. As the puzzle pieces fall into place, a larger narrative emerges. The allegations against Diddy, the whispers surrounding Steve and Marjorie, and the shadowy world of hidden recordings and secret deals all hint at a deeper story about power, control, and the extreme lengths some will go to protect their empires. With more lawsuits looming and Diddy's trial date on the horizon, the full extent of this scandal has yet to be uncovered. But one thing is certain, there's far more to this saga than meets the eye.
Is he going to turn people in? Is he going to cooperate? If the federal government wants him to cooperate and they're going to cut his time, because right now he's looking at 15 to life. With all the charges he had to, he won't get out till 70 years old. He's about 70. That's when they start talking about letting him come to a halfway house.
For now, the question remains, just how far would someone go to bury their secrets? In a world where reputation can make or break a career, are there any limits to what people will do to protect their image? As this tale unfolds, we turn our focus to Marjorie Harvey's past and the role it may have played in shaping the events that have brought us to this crossroads. Stay tuned, the twists and turns are far from over. Steve and Marjorie Harvey's rise to the top has often been framed as a fairy tale, two individuals overcoming their pasts to build an empire together. But as rumors and allegations continue to surface, a different narrative is emerging, one filled with whispers of hidden connections, questionable decisions, and a past that refuses to fade away. Could Marjorie's history hold the key to understanding this tangled web of accusations, rumors, and power plays? Beneath the polished exterior of their glamorous lives lies a story as complicated as it is fascinating. Let's dive deeper into this intricate saga to uncover the truths hidden in the shadows.
Stop ignoring the red flags in your relationship and thinking you can change a man.
To truly understand the roots of this saga, we must rewind to Marjorie Harvey's life before Steve entered the picture. Today, she's celebrated as a jet-setting fashion icon, the queen of Instagram-worthy vacations, and the woman Steve Harvey credits with saving him. But long before she was gracing red carpets and sitting front row at Paris Fashion Week, Marjorie carried a very different reputation, one tied to connections many would prefer to forget. According to reports, Marjorie was previously married not once, but twice to individuals heavily involved in illegal activities. Her first husband, Jim Townsend, was accused of running a large-scale operation in the 1990s and was ultimately sentenced to life in prison. This wasn't a minor offense. Townsend was reportedly caught orchestrating a massive transaction that sealed his fate behind bars. At the time, Marjorie was said to be pregnant with their second child, a detail that adds another layer of complexity to her already intriguing story.
Stand-up comedian, entertainer, television host, family man. But most importantly, I happen to be a man of faith.
This is where the situation becomes even more fascinating. Whether this is genuine or merely a story, Townsend later stated in interviews that police had evidence linking Marjorie to his operation, but he struck a deal to save her from being implicated. It depicts a person who has consistently been in the center of controversy. Additionally, it has been stated that Donald Woods, her second husband, engaged in like activities. Many have questioned whether Marjorie's ascent to fame alongside Steve was based on a foundation very different from her current polished image because Woods, who is rumored to be a relative of Townsend, too ended up in trouble with the law.
It's interesting because, you know, obviously this civil suit was coming for a while, and there was some talk between Busby and Jay-Z's lawyers. I think both Busby and Jay-Z's lawyers are really alphas.
However, how does any of this relate to Steve Harvey? To understand this, you must consider how Marjorie has shaped his empire. Steve has frequently attributed his life's transformation to Marjorie. He has openly discussed how, despite 2 unsuccessful marriages and a successful career that lacked the stability he desired, he found in Marjorie what he called the missing piece. Together, they created a brand that goes well beyond Steve's work as a comedian and television host, with best-selling books and lucrative business deals. The Harveys have established themselves as a power couple who appear to have it all.
Oh, no, when I get nervous, I tell the truth.
As the saying goes, where there's smoke, there's fire. Rumors have long circulated that Marjorie's influence on Steve Harvey's career wasn't just motivational, but financial. Speculation suggests that some of the resources she brought into their relationship may have ties to her past connections. Could the empire they've built together have been, at least in part, funded by money with questionable origins? This theory gained traction when reports emerged alleging that Marjorie's ex-husbands were deeply involved in illegal activities that generated significant sums of money. While there's no concrete evidence to suggest Marjorie directly benefited from these ventures, the timing of her marriages and her subsequent rise alongside Steve has raised eyebrows. Then there's Steve himself. Known for his larger-than-life personality and his ability to inspire millions, he's carefully crafted a public image as a family man and a beacon of positivity. But even Steve is no stranger to controversy. From his infamous mishap at the Miss Universe pageant to polarizing comments and interviews, his career has been marked by public missteps. Yet he has consistently managed to bounce back, maintaining his status as one of entertainment's most beloved figures. Some believe this resilience isn't mere luck, but a calculated effort to control the narrative and protect his brand at all costs. This brings us to the swirling rumors about an alleged tape involving Marjorie and Diddy. If such a tape exists, it could have devastating consequences for the Harveys' carefully curated image. For Steve, whose career is built on his reputation as a man of integrity, the implications are enormous. And yet, whispers suggest Steve may have paid an astronomical sum to keep the footage under wraps, hinting at a level of desperation that's hard to ignore. Could this have been his only option to protect not just his wife, but the empire they built together? If true, it raises serious questions about the lengths to which Steve is willing to go to maintain his public persona and what it says about the foundations of their carefully polished legacy.
Celebrity couple. We were never a celebrity couple. We were a couple who just happened to be celebrities.
That's beautiful.
Like real people.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Diddy's alleged involvement in this saga adds yet another layer of complexity. As he grapples with mounting legal troubles, some speculate that the rumored sale of these tapes, if they exist, could be a calculated move on his part. With lawsuits piling up and his reputation in tatters, Diddy may be seeking any means to secure the resources needed to fight his battles. The notion that he could be leveraging incriminating footage to fund his defense is both shocking and indicative of the high-stakes world these celebrities inhabit. But the story takes an even darker turn when considering the implications of these rumors. If the alleged tape exists, it raises unsettling questions about the power dynamics in Hollywood. What does it say about an industry where such footage could potentially be wielded as both a weapon and a bargaining chip? And what does this reveal about the culture of secrecy and control that often defines the lives of the rich and famous? These questions extend far beyond Diddy and the Harveys, touching on broader issues of accountability and transparency in the world of celebrity. They challenge us to consider the ethical boundaries in a culture where power and influence often overshadow responsibility.
Scared of him. I think they don't want him to embarrass their reputation and things that they've been known for. You understand? I think that
regarding Marjorie, her part in this story is still unknown. She is perceived by some as a victim of her circumstances. Others see her as a cunning individual who has utilized her connections and influence to guarantee her position at the top, despite the fact that she has overcome unthinkable obstacles and emerged stronger. As usual, the truth lies somewhere in the middle, but what is evident is that Marjorie's past still hangs heavy over her present, and as more information comes to light, it gets harder to tell fact from fiction.
I know so much on how you got where you are.
The Harveys have always been a study in contrasts, a couple that projects an image of stability and success while navigating a world rife with rumors and speculation. Whether this latest controversy will tarnish their legacy or simply add another chapter to their already complex story remains to be seen. One thing is certain, the world will be watching closely as the drama unfolds. For now, we're left with more questions than answers. How much of this story is true, and how much is fueled by an industry that thrives on scandal and intrigue? What role did Marjorie's past play in shaping the life she shares with Steve? And perhaps most importantly, how far are the Harveys willing to go to protect their empire? These lingering questions keep us captivated, and as the story continues to evolve, one thing is clear: this saga is far from over.
Was it because of money? Was Jay-Z caught cheating?
What do you think? Is this all a clever smokescreen, or is there a grain of truth hidden within the whispers? As the curtain comes down on this episode, the storm surrounding Steve and Marjorie Harvey and the mysterious Diddy shows no signs of abating. The questions remain. Could there be more to Marjorie's past that we haven't yet discovered? How far would someone go to keep their secrets buried? The lines between truth and rumor blur, Please leave your ideas in the comments section below. The discussion is only getting started, so until the next time, be intrigued and keep the rumors going. For now, goodbye.